Hi, how you doing? And welcome back to my channel, Country Conversations with Diva D. Now, this is gonna be my episode review of Basketball Wives Orlando Season 1, Episode 5. Yeah, because hey, this episode was just okay for me. And I didn't catch the name of the episode they gave it, but sometimes I have to give my own name. So let me give this episode the name. Danielle, move the freak on. That's the name of this episode. So the episode opens up with Danny and Megan, and they discuss her podcast. Danny calls Kenzie one of many, and that's her referring to Danny Kenzie messing with her longtime lover, Mr. Shaw. And Megan just says in her confession, she's like, this is a love triangle that is going nowhere, and somebody needs to get off the train immediately. And uh, then it's like, well, he's with me, and he's never claimed her. So, you know, and see, here's the thing, they still doing the do. So that's why in her some kind of way in her psyche she has it fixed that they're still together. But the man is saying that they're not together. He's telling Kenzie one thing, he's telling her another. Okay. So, it's just ridiculous at this point. And it's making both of them look bad. Not so much Mackenzie, but because Mackenzie is acting unbothered. But my goodness, girl. Okay. So in the next scene, um, Lindsay FaceTimes her husband, and this man is acting like he is so bothered by even her giving him a phone call. I'm like, dude, she about to have your baby. But I don't fancy Lindsay. And later on, you're going to see why. But I did feel bad for her in that moment. She's pregnant in Orlando by herself, and she has mean ass Morgan playing as her, surrogate daddy. So the next thing, Milan keeps her sister. She goes to pick them up in the Maybach. Honey, she wants to let them know that she made it. And her sisters' names are Jada and Gwendolyn, and they're acting out. And probably because her daddy is the old man in the shoe, had so many kids, he don't know what to do. So that might be why they over there frustrated. 15 kids, no sir. But anyway, they over there and they get in the car and she tells them to look for her aquaphor, but they find all her vibrators in her purse. So I'm just like, girl, why are you keeping your vibrators in your purse? You want to go on a flight? Are you using them in the public bathroom? But anyway, and Mulan says she wants to give them a good influence because she has always worked and she has always got it out the mud. And I guess I can admire her for that because my understanding is she is on this show and she's an influencer. So she probably makes good money doing the influencing things. Her and her bubble booty. It looks like it's about to pop and confetti is gonna fly out of it in any minute. So every video I'm gonna mention that because like I said, that looks scary. Anyway, so in the next scene, Nick and Ashley meet, and this scene actually touches me because my mother died with cancer, and my dad too. Um, my mom had stage 4 colon cancer, and my dad had stage 4 lung cancer. And with both of them, now my mom had surgeries, so the reason why it had come in a surprise to us about her is because we thought she was in remission. Cancer is tricky. Now with my dad, he started when we found out he had cancer, because everybody had been saying that he has, all the doctors had been saying that he had COPD, but he was a smoker. So, sometimes that's to be expected. But, some smokers live to the ripe old age of 100. But anyway, he had, we thought he had COPD. Then he came down with pneumonia. And then after the pneumonia, he was diagnosed with stage 4 and stage 4 lung cancer. So cancer can be very devastating. But anyway, Nikki's sister passed away with it, and Ashley's mom passed away with it. And like I said, I felt them in that moment. And Ashley says that she wants to start a charity, and she already has a center above her store, and out of that store she wants to start selling wigs for cancer patients, and that's very noble. If it wasn't for that thing of her setting Morgan's old man up with females and her being somewhat kind of fake, I would like Ashley. But I'm kind of softening to her. Okay. So in the next scene, Kenzie and Danny discuss Shy. Man. Danny comes up with the idea to meet with Kenzie. And I'm like, girl, you are not going there to squash things or to come to some type of resolution. Why are you meeting with her? I guess she just want to throw in her face that, or hint out that she and Shad are still doing the do. I mean, what is this meeting about, girl? You making yourself look real crazy on TV. And Kenzie was like, look, the man says that you all were not together when we got together. Stop calling me a side chick. And then it goes into this thing of calling Kenzie a stalker because she looked on Instagram and saw some pictures, or saw that she wasn't in the pictures anymore, and she just wanted to make sure she had scrubbed her clean. What's wrong with that? You're more of a stalker than she is, girl. You better turn that mirror around and look at yourself. And the next thing, well, they decided they weren't gonna ever be friends, and then Danny is messy and asks her, "Have you been around my children?" And then Kenzie just sits there like, she didn't say anything. And in that moment, that she has been. Well, as long as she is not harming those said children, then what's the problem? If you move on and get you a man, then you'll probably have your man around the kids too. I'm not saying do it like right away, but I mean, that happens. You admit that you and the old boy are not together, just in your head. Y'all together though. Men will have sex with you and not be with you. You are aware of that, and your connection with him, just because you have children, does not make him your man. Okay, in the next scene, Megan meets with her mom. Her mom gaslights the out of her. And then Megan lets her know, she was like, well, mom, it wasn't the idea that you left me, which you did. It was the idea that you didn't come back. And this woman is sitting there across from Megan, who's in pain, who reached out to her apparently several times, and she ignored her. And then she finally decides to meet with her and says, you should be grateful. What is it with parents who act like you supposed to be grateful just because they brought you in the world? If you gonna bring somebody in the world and ignore them and not take care of them, then What kind of accolades do you want? Just for laying down and produce? That does not make a mother. Okay. So Megan gets up and leaves. Chunks of producers. I ain't mad at her because I think she probably was gonna get real disrespectful. Like Mun over there on SLC, which I'm gonna try to do that video tonight, but it's not looking good because the pharaohs are not cooperating. Yeah, my children. Okay, now so Kenzie has a birthday party for her daughter, and they sit around, and Ashley brings her a nice gift, and the gift is, I believe, it was a team jersey for everyone that either Ashley's husband had played for or her dad had played for. I wasn't clear on that, but maybe I misunderstood Ashley. But anyway, it was a nice gesture. So finally, they sit down and eat, and Mulan is there, and then they start talking, and then what does Missy Lindsay do? Bring up Danny, and in confessional Kansas, it's like this is not the time or place for this. Every time I turn around, somebody is bringing up Danny DeVille. Hilarious because she does kind of act like Cruella. That girl is mean. And her and Morgan fit right in together. Mulan says that she is just done with Danny. I mean, she hit her and she just really can't get past it. And I don't blame her. Okay. Then Ashley says it's two islands and there's a boat. And that boat is going back and forth between both islands. Girl, you said that. Come on, Miss Ashley. Miss Half Black Ashley. Anyway, Megan, Morgan, and Danny meet and they discuss her meeting with Kenzie. Danny's meeting with Kenzie. Ooh, baby, when I tell you I like that restaurant they were in. I mean, it was quaint, it was nice, but it was ethereal. And I love stuff like that. I mean, with the skulls and the drinks, with um, the drinks that bubble with the smoke. Yes, yes, I love it. And well, that's where Morgan seems to fit in really well because Morgan is mean and she's a mean girl. And if you go back and look at my first review, I was loving on me some Morgan, but she is get on my fucking nerve, and she is on my list. Anyway, Dana tells them about the meeting with Mulan as well, and Morgan busts out. Mulan, she ain't nothing but a flip flopper. She is the one who causing all this trouble in the group, and that's why me and Nick couldn't come to a resolution. It's because of her, because she didn't want the truth to come out. Yeah, but you still, when you get with Danny, no ma'am, ain't my cup of tea or coffee or Kool-Aid for that matter. And Mulan is not really a flip flopper to me. Not yet. I don't see it. She seemed to have really had a genuine like for Danny. It's Danny is really hard to deal with because her only focus is that man, Rashad. Even Morgan in confessionals like, where he at? He's in the middle of all of this. Somebody needs to just sit his big head ass down and get to the bottom of things. Who do you want to be with? And let him tell both of you. And if I know Negroes like I know Negroes, he probably gonna say he don't want neither one of you. Anyway, so Morgan's like, well, when can we get the mean girls together? You know. And then Megan's like, well, Nikki is supposed to be having a jam. And that pretty much was the end of the episode. Um, the episode was just okay for me. Out of 5 stars, I'll give it like a 3. No, that'll be no, it's too much. I'll give it a 2.5. Maybe next week, I think maybe they're going to the Jammer Jam, and finally, that big head ass Rashad is gonna make an appearance. So we'll see where Things go from here. That is my review for the Basketball Wives Atlanta. Come on in, come on in. Country Conversations with Diva D. Commercial free entertainment over here. And with that being said, as I do when I close, I'm gonna chunk them up. Deuces.